Recording.
Okay, fine. Okay. So, good evening, everyone. Uh, Thanks for being here. Welcome to session 3 of Compose Camp. Here we are going to have live demo of an app today. So you are going to learn things of related to Compose, Kotlin, anything related to Android Studio also by doing today. Like you'll do hands-on along with me. So if you still didn't open your Android Studios, open your IDEs first and be ready to code along with me because it will take some time if you start opening it while we start coding it. So it is better to open your IDs and be ready. So let's get started. Yeah, I'm Chandana, final year CSE student from GNets and mobile development lead here at GDSE GNets. So if you want to get connected with me, you can go ahead and connect with me over LinkedIn and ask if you have any queries. So today we will be, as you all know, we'll be going with live demo of an app. So we'll see what actually we are gonna build today, and then we'll implement the UI that we are gonna see now in terms of Compose, and then if we have some time left out with doing the UI, we can go with app navigation where we'll show you how to switch between the screens, and then uh, we have something called submission of an app, as we have told you prior, like in the first session. If you submit an app, you'll be getting a t-shirt. So we'll know some guidelines for the app submission and the timelines. And lastly, we have a quiz. It is quite short today, like not as in session 1 or 2, but don't miss out the quiz because I hope you remember that you'll be getting a certificate if you win the quiz. And if you have any questions, we'll take them at the end. Like you can ask in between, but as the session is hands on, it might take some time. So if you have any doubts related to any component of the code, you can ask at the end also. So without further ado, let's see what we are actually gonna build today, like the layout of it. It looks something like this. So we are trying to, develop something like a food delivery app. So we are going to make this UI using Compose. So uh, let's inspect like each and every item of it. We see that there is this image here which is in the circular shape, and then we have some text, and we have some more text here and some more text, but this seems to be like bold text, and here the color is different. And finally we have a button or like an icon here. So this has a different color again. So we'll be seeing how to make this UI step by step now, when we implement it. So this is what we are going to make. And if the time permits, as I said, I'll be showing you how to navigate. Like if you click on this button, you can go to some other screen. We won't code the other screen, we'll just put something like a login screen or something, and just put some random text in that screen and try to see how we can navigate, like how this button works if we click over here. So I hope what we are building today is clear to you all. I'll be showing you again and again this picture because I have to tell you, like we are coding this component right now. So for now, you can like relate to this. Like we are going to have one image with some bold text below it and some more text, and finally we have some text, and lastly a button. So we'll try to make exactly something like this. So yeah, let's implement this app's UI now. For this case, yeah, let's all, I hope you are all on Android Studio or any IDE on which you're coding Android. So Please go ahead and create a new project. You'll have some random file over here, I know. Go ahead and create a new project. That too, like click on file if you're new to here. Again, no need to worry, you'll understand things. So click on file, new, and create new project, and click on empty compose activity. We have two things here, like the empty compose activity with material and empty compose activity. Here you'll have a different design and all. So we'll take an empty activity and then click on next. Okay, give some name to your application. What shall we say? Food delivery app, maybe? Yeah, we'll say food delivery app. Uh, this is a package
Wait,
here.
wait. Maybe we should ask like the people here present to suggest some food delivery app names.
Yeah, of course. Do you want it to be Zomato or Swiggy or Deliveroo or yeah? What do you all want that to be?
Any ideas? Any puns? Something funny? Like,
Let's see in the chat. Twiggy. Okay.
okay, anyone?
Whatever you say.
Tomato.
Tomato. Okay, then let's make it tomato. Fine. Thank you, Soumya. Otherwise, we would have missed this fun, of course.
Oh, yes, yes.
So, I think you all know we should choose a SDK in such a way that the app will run on approximately like at least 90% of the devices. So you can go ahead with 5.0 or even less than that, I guess. Yeah. Go ahead with 5.0 so that it works almost for 98.8 devices. Click on finish. So our tomato project is getting ready now. So let all the up get synced here. In the meanwhile, let's see, like, can we have some answers in the chat on like where you are all, like, did you all start the course? Did you all The course I mean here is about the beginner's course or the experienced track. So did anyone start it, or did anyone complete it, or like how far is the progress? Can we expect some replies? We have 19 attendees over here. Oh god. Beginner course. Okay. So like did you start it, complete it, or are you like done 50% or something like that? I think the project is getting ready. Let me close the previous one. Beginner course, but still in unit 1. So yeah, it's all right, of course. But all of you, like, if like, if you want a certificate, you all have to complete this course, like beginner course or experienced track, any one of them or both of them, by 16th October, so that we can give you certificate of course completion. New to Android and joined today. Appreciate your effort. Yeah, if you have any doubts, you can watch the previous recordings. Like we have both of them uploaded on YouTube, and complete the course by 16th. Like you just have to, like, if you go through last two courses, mostly I think you can complete first unit very easily. You can directly give the quiz.
I feel like whole Ramayana can happen before Android Studio loads.
Can you please explain one more how to start and if any GitHub link to kickstart? How to start? Like, can Samya, can you post the that link, course link, so that they
Okay,
can
yes,
go
yes.
here, and
Sure.
also the YouTube recordings ka links.
Yes.
She'll be posting that over chat. So yeah, Android Studio actually loaded. So I hope you're all here because I gave you enough time in the beginning and I told you you have to open your Android Studios. But it's okay, you can code along with me. If not, at least observe how things are going here so that you can make your own apps later on. Like you can build different UIs. Huh. So we are here in main activity.kt file. Like this is a Kotlin file. So first of all, these are all the default things. So let's remove all these composable preview functions. And as there is no greeting function till now, let us remove this as well. So I hope you all remember from the last session, composable is an annotation. Like if there is something under composable, let's see, like let us say if there is something like at the red com- composable and some function, let's say the function is some F1 or F2 or something, anything. So if you have composable annotation before any function, it means that the code inside this function has to be converted into UI. So we are intimating the compiler that this function is composable. That is, the data inside this function can be composed into an UI. So this is like important part of it because we'll be using composable everywhere here and there. So yeah, this is a function in Kotlin. I hope you remember some of the Kotlin basics. So otherwise you have to go through the recording again, the last session recording. But now, like, let's start coding. I removed the greeting function from here. I did nothing else till now. So here we are in our main activity. If you remember from the past sessions, main activity is from the place where this the Kotlin file starts executing. So in under this main activity, we are having set content on create. These are all like by default. We have to bother about the UI that we are building. So okay, let us we need actually, so let me take you through the PPT again. Yeah, this one. We need this screen right now. So here we have a screen. If you see, one second, otherwise I'll go and show an image to you. This would be better, I guess. Yeah. So if you see, this is entirely a screen. We have some screen like this. This is like a welcome screen, if you see, and we also thought of having a login screen. If you remember, like if I click on this button, you go to a login screen. So if you need different screens, like different UIs to be there, you can put all the UIs together, like all the related files together. So in such cases, you can create packages here. So let us go ahead and create a package here. Like we have this under Java, we have com.example.tomato. Uh, don't ask me why there is like Java here and not Kotlin, because this is a default file structure over here. So by default, Android apps were being built in Java till now. So like Kotlin has emerged in the recent years. So we have the file structure or the folder structure by default as Java. So but still you can put your Kotlin files over here. Under this, we have our com.example.tomato that we have created now. This is our project. So in this project, you can right click and create a new package. Like click on, like right click on new package. This package we are creating for UIs, right? For different screens. So you can name it as screens. Maybe I want to name it as screens, whatever you want. But remember what you're actually naming it. So just give the name, click on enter. So your new package has got created and it says screens. Now under this you can put all your screens that you want. So we thought now we are actually making this welcome screen. So for this, let us create a new file in which we will write our welcome screen ka code. We are not writing everything in the main activity. We are now subdividing them into modules. Each and every screen is a module. Finally, we'll give which screen to be executed first in the main activity. So on the screens, right click again and click on new. You need a Kotlin class or a file. Click on Kotlin class or file and you can give it a name. As it is a welcome screen, you can say welcome screen or index page or home page, something like that. Let me give it as a welcome screen. So just welcome and file. This is a Kotlin file. So we'll get welcome.kt file created now under screens package. Click on enter. Like choose this name and click on enter. So if you see here, it says we are in the package com.example.tomato.screens. So we are under the right package. We want all the screens to be in this screens package. So package is like just like a folder. In each folder, you're storing the related files. So now here under this welcome.kt, let's start coding now. If you need a shortcut for any composable composable function, you can simply type comp and then hit enter. So you'll get all this code by default. If you don't do this, I'll just show you what you have to do. If I want to write a function, say function, and let it be welcome again, function welcome maybe. And you have to open and close this braces and then make this annotation here before this function because we want to make a UI over here. So it will be composable. So at the rate composable, right? So you'll write it as composable and then this gets imported here. If you don't get, if you get some errors over here while doing, because we are using a lot of packages, you can simply click on here like anywhere on the text and click on alt enter, like alt enter. So you can see some fixes available for that. Here I don't have any errors as of now because it got imported automatically. If you don't want to write all this and you want a shortcut for this, just type comp and hit enter. You'll get this template by default, composable function template. Okay, so we thought we'll write a welcome method. So just give the name to this method, welcome method. Okay, so now what do we have under this welcome? If you see here, we have things aligned in a vertical way. We don't have everything side by side. We have one after the other in a vertical fashion. So for this, if you remember from the past session, if you want things to be in a horizontal way one after the other, like in a row, you need to use a row. If you need things to be in vertical, you need to use a column. So here these things are in single column, right? So you need to use column. Before that, like how many of you are on this screen or on par with me? Like, are you all here along with me, or are, are your Android studios still loading? I'm just taking a moment to ensure that everyone are here. I don't know if people are actually executing it or not. Fine. I assume it that you're all here. What to do after? Screens. Okay, fine. What to do after screens is you just have to, you have created a screens package. You just have to create one screen inside it, one UI inside it, for which you just have to click again, right click on screens, click on new, and create a Kotlin file in that. In that Kotlin file, we'll write the UI, composable UI. So click on Kotlin class or file, choose file here instead of class, choose file here, write a name. I wrote it as welcome because it is a welcome screen that we are doing here now. Click on welcome and hit enter. You'll get welcome.kotlin file created with package already being here. I just wrote composable annotation here. Like I also told a shortcut here. If you just go with COMP and hit enter, you'll get all the composable function. Uh, you'll get all the composable function syntax already loaded here. I hope it is clear. So I gave this function a name as welcome. So yeah, let's see now. Under this welcome, as I have told you just now, all these things are in a vertical fashion, so we need it to be in column. So we use column here to arrange them. Compose is just like you're making your UI. If you remember, like if you have any idea of uh, Bootstrap, Material UI in web designing, or if you have an idea of at least CSS, most of those things will be similar here. It's about designing things, it's about UI. So you can simply understand the terminology by seeing the term there. So here we need a column. So let's say column. If column is not already there for you, it might show something like a reddish color or something. As I have told you, if there is some library which is not automatically imported, click on that red color text and then go with alt enter. You'll get some hints over there on how to fix it. So this says this has a column scope now. Now under this column, what do we actually have? Under this column, we have an image. If you see, first we have an image, then text, then text, lastly button. So first we need an image, for which we already have image function in compose. It's image. One second. So before you type here, like you'll get a lot of recommendations. So like this is the one, image, painter, and content description. We are using this image. So it, if you double click on that, that function gets loaded automatically. So we have an image function already there, for which if you see, if there is something missing here, it will be automatically there here as a package. For image, we need this package. So one second. Yeah. For image, we need this package. It got imported automatically. That is the beauty of Android Studio. So now we need painter is like a resource, like what image to paint over there. Content description is the description of what image you're actually having over there. So you all can go to Google and download some image like I have. I think I don't know how to share this image also, but see, I have some images over there like related to grapes, and this is an image I have actually downloaded from the internet. Just I typed burger and I got that image. You type any food that you like. If you want tomato, take tomato because we are naming it as tomato. So take some image which is like, which does not have any text over it and which is like better, like clear at least. Take some image, mostly JPG images, and just download it somewhere on your system. And what you have to do is, first you have to upload that image into this folder. For that case, should I give you like 1 minute for downloading an image? Okay, let
Yeah.
me give you some. Yeah,
So in the
let me.
meantime, we can ask people to, like, put their favorite food, maybe.
Okay, what's your favorite food, everyone?
This is easy to answer, right? Oh, okay, okay, okay.
Whatever your favorite food is, download that image. I don't.
Yeah, yeah.
If it is square image, it is even better. Like for rectangle, it might trouble you sometimes. It might not, because we need a circular shape ka image like this. So like it is just a math logic that if you have a square, you'll get a perfect circle. If you have a rectangle, you'll get an ellipse. So no need to worry about that. If you get a square image, it's okay. Otherwise, we'll try to modify it using code.
All the people who have donut as their favorite food are blessed today.
I think that's yeah. I hope you all have downloaded one or the other image. So I'll show you how to import that image over here. If you remember from last session when Soumya has shown on how to import drawables and all. You can simply go to tools. Everything here is a resource like image or video or something. So click on resource manager, click on tools, click on resource manager. Here you'll have a plus icon under resource manager. Click on plus and you are going to import an image which is a drawable. So click on import a drawable so that you can choose an image from the picture, like from the folder you have. Like, okay, should we do the exact clone of this or shall I take grape cup picture or something? Okay, let me make the exact clone. All of you change it, put your favorite word. Okay, so I'm choosing burger.jpg file. Click on OK. Find the file like where in your system it is actually, and then click on OK. Just click on next and finish, like import. This drawable will get imported. Where is it? Let's see here. If you lose that anywhere, click on app, you'll get the entire folder structure. Mm. Click on res file under drawable. See, I have gotten this file already here. So I have the image ready with me in Android Studio. Now, as we have already seen in the last session, these are all drawables. We write them as r dot drawable dot something, right? So like the name of it, for which you can mention now the painter to be. This is a painter resource, so you have to give it as painter resource of. See, it automatically gives you this hints over here. If you click on painter resource, you need to give an ID of this resource. What is the ID of this resource? Is its name itself is an ID, and we write all of them as drawables, right? So you can say it as r dot drawable dot. What is the name of this? You don't need to give dot jpg or something because you don't. It will automatically identify by the name over there. So you can give just the name of the file. I'm giving it as burger. And content description is something important because for you to understand later on what this image actually is. So you can simply give logo or something like that here. If you don't want to give anything, you can even mention as null. You can simply say it as null, but it is important for readability. Like if you want to understand what it is, and if any user want to understand what it is, it's better to have content description of everything. Like if it is available in that function, give a content description to that. So we have an image over here, and I'll be showing you, yeah, how this looks till now. Like just want to see how our image is. We won't get it in a circular shape. We didn't do anything related to circular shape till now, but we should get an image. Mm-hmm. Okay. I think it's still getting loaded. Okay. In the meanwhile, let's do something. let's write all of them. Like let's first try to make a HTML of all this. So we added an image. Then let's try adding some text over here and then button and then style it. So we need a text over here. So we'll just write a text. So the text here is, if you see here, the text is food delivery at. So let's make it food delivery at. Okay. So the text is again, mm, it is bold if you observe it. Like here, the text is bold, and the font size is also like big than this. So let's make it bold. So for this, you just have to give a comma and write and use some of the attributes, if, like as I have told you, same something similar like CSS. You have font weight, font size, and everything over there. So we have font weight here, for which this is used for making it bold or extra bold or something. So see, it shows font weight is font weight dot what. So for which we all have classes, we'll use their objects. We have font weight here. This is an property, like font weight is a property of this text. We are trying to give some value to this text with this property. But this is a actual class where we have properties of font weight. Font weight properties are all here in this class, font weight class. So we'll directly use the methods in that font weight or the attributes in that font weight class. So if I click on dot, I think you all can see different attributes that are present over here. We have bold, extra bold, light, black, medium, extra light. We need extra bold. Let's make it extra bold. If you want bold, you can make it bold. So so that we have made it bold, font weight is done. Then we need a font size. So let's choose some font size for now, and we can change it. Like for font size, it's just font size equals to, you can give any size, let's say 36, 46, anything you want. Let me give some 26 randomly. I'm giving it. I can change it after the preview again. So now, if you remember from the last session, we have something called DP. We used to give DP for padding and margins and all. So anything except text will get affected with DP. Like DP is a unit here that we use for pixels. So, but for font size, we need to use SP here, dot SP, so that the text size will get affected here. If you don't unresolved, okay. Oh, we need some, okay, click on Alt Enter. We got that unit imported here. So we have this UI ka basic unit SP for font size. Like it's basically for text size only. So we came up with some text here already. So this is about the food delivery at text, this text. Then we need your home, this text, right? So let us make some more text here. If you want to copy paste the above one as it is, you can simply press Control D. Like go to here at the start of this text and click on Control D. It will get duplicated. Then you can change the text over here. The text here is your home, food delivery at your home. So your home is here. And is it extra bold again? Yeah, these both look similar except the color over here. So you can put them as it is, or you can reduce this size maybe. This seems somewhat bigger than this. So just like let me reduce like 2 SP or something like that, 24 SP. So we need a color over here, right? So that is something you're going to learn now. So apart from font weight and size, we need a color, for which you simply have to say color equals, you see here, it says color equals, yeah, if you if you feel something clumsy over here, you can just enter and see different attributes properly. So we have color. So color equals, if you direct, you can simply say color dot red, color dot green, color dot yellow, the colors which are available in the color package. But here, we'll use material theme. The reason why we are using material theme is because uh, if you want your app to be in two modes, say sometimes we see this dark mode, light mode. uh, what happens if you use a black color only for the text, and if you have to in future change it to dark mode again, you have to come here and change the black to white again, otherwise the text will get hidden. For this reason, if you hard code it like color is white, green and everything, it becomes difficult. So it is better to use material theme. It will automatically take care of dark mode and the light mode, like the contrasting colors. It will automatically take care of all of them. So we'll go with the material theme here. So simply say material theme, and in material theme we have colors. You can say, you can choose colors like under this colors property. Like if you want to know what are all available under this material theme, or what are all available in this under this column or something like this, you can simply click on that particular text, and go with control clicking on that, so that that file gets appeared here. See, I control clicked on material theme, so material theme dot kotlin file is available here. So you can see how they have hard coded it at the back end. So we have these things here. We have colors as a attribute over here, typography, shapes, and we have some content here. Under this content we have some function written over here. So we have colors here. So we say material theme dot colors, then which color we can choose it here. After colors, put a dot, you'll see there is something called primary color, secondary color, on primary, on secondary, on background. So these are all the variants. Like if you have used Bootstrap, this is something very similar to that. We have primary colors, secondary colors, and we have danger, warning, info, and all in Bootstrap. Similar to that, we have primary and secondary colors over here. If you want to choose secondary, you can choose secondary. This color is a secondary color here, because the primary color over here is this purple color. So this is a primary color, this is a secondary color. That is already defined over here in the UI theme. Under UI theme, you have color.kt. In this colors you have, see, purple 200, purple 500. These are all the colors which are defined over here. If you want some other color, define it and use it. So let us say we'll use primary color, or let us use secondary color here, because that is a secondary color, the green color one. So you can use that color. And this is about this second text. Then finally, what do we have? This text: online food delivery, get food delivery delivered at your doorstep, and one button. So let's write this text as well. Let me control D again, so that this text will get here. We don't need a color for that, so I duplicated this text. I'm pasting it over here. Yeah, we have one more text here. So if I, okay, I think I'll type it off. I thought someone should help me with this. If you remember it, online food delivery. Okay, get food delivered at your doorstep. So let's say online food delivery, get food delivered at your doorstep. I remember it. So you can add your own text. This is a text that is over there. So in the design, do we need it to be bold? We don't need it to be bold, I guess. See, we don't need it to be bold. So you can remove that. And font size. Let's see the font size. It is even smaller than this. So you can give somewhere around 20 because we give 26, 24. So you can give somewhere around 20. But if you notice here, we have it to be italic. These are straight, but this is in an italic format. So we'll try to give it an italic edge, for which you have to go to font styles. There is another property over here. Let me click on enter. Yeah. Enter is just to, show each and every property clearly. That's it. So let me say font style. So we are going to give a font style of italic here. So you can give it to be italic font style dot. As I told, we have all of them in the respective class. We have font style class and we have normal, italic, and some other things available here. We need it to be italic, so click on italic. So you don't need to type each and everything here. If you'll automatically get recommendations in Android Studio. So we have this italic text also ready. Then finally this button. So for this you'll have to go to creating a button, but this button is an icon. If you see, it's like an iconic button. So you can simply go with icon button option. Click on icon, like type icon button. So if you see, you already have this default signature of this. So this is about on click what happens to this button. For now, we are not bothering about it. We want the button to be designed now. So in this button, we have what kind of button here? We need an arrow inside it. So this is like the icon button under which we need an arrow. For that arrow, we need a arrow is an icon again. If you see, this is an icon button. We need an icon again inside it, and that icon is an arrow. So we'll go with icon method. We have some icons already available over there. So if you type icons dot, see, it shows you default for icons in the compose. You can go with the default package, and under default we have what? We have arrow forward. We have some check circle, check, arrow drop down, arrow back. If you want, you can use arrow drop down. Your wish. Like you try to use different things over here. I'll show you the exact clone of it. So that is about arrow forward. So click on arrow forward. So you'll get default icon. This is showing something red. So let us import it. Click on alt enter. So it says, yeah, go with the compose one always. AndroidX.compose.ui graphics. You don't need to create a function, it will get fixed automatically. So we need an icon over here. Yeah, and we can give a content description to this as well. If you need like this icon, as we saw for the images, we gave a description. So similarly, you can give a content description over here and say, if you click on this, you'll go next, something like that. Click on like write next or go next for this. And if you see, yeah, this is about the icon over here. Yeah, it got imported. So we have created these things. Let us see like how this looks as of now. Hmm. Okay, let's go and change the main activity because we didn't write any reference to this welcome here. So here we'll call welcome in the main activity file so that this welcome.kt will be called. If you can't see the preview, you can directly go with the emulator and run it. I have an emulator. Yeah, I just created it for the food app. If you don't know how to create an emulator, go to tools, click on device manager. You can create one more device here. Emulator is a virtual device. Click anything like as we have seen in the last sessions, click on Pixel 3 XL, 4 XL, anything you want, and then click on next. If you don't have this downloaded, download either R or Q. Mostly download R and go with next and give it a name. I gave it as a food app and click on finish. It will get built in some 50 seconds to 60 seconds. So you'll have your emulator ready. So just go to app, yeah, and run the app. Let us see like how far we have actually built it. It takes some time. So it's getting installed. Okay, this is how our app actually looks right now. This is quite different from what we see. So see, this is what we want, and this is what we see actually. Here the image is circled and everything is properly aligned. Here we just have a, you know, things just align just like that. We have every component ready, but not in the desired format. We have this image, we have this text, this text, this text, and this button. This button needs a color, of course. So we'll try to make the design like this now. Firstly, let us start with the image. For image, we need it to be in a circular format. So one second. I'll put it code by default. Let me resize this. Yeah. Here we have our image. If you see, here we have our image with painter as burger, and I have some logo description here. So now let's go here and use something called modifier. Modifier is something we use for modifying any kind of UI over here. Like mostly we'll be using modifier class and like the modifier package here, and the functions or the properties that are available under modifier are very helpful for us to, you know, modify the entire structure of the image or text or something. So we'll use a modifier over here, and this modifier will help us in modifying the image now. So modifier is equals to, this is a property of this image. So now we need to use a modifier ka package ka class. So let us say modifier dot, in order to circle this, we have something called clip. Clip is a method. It's like crop. Clipping is something like that. So we are cropping it to a circular shape. So click off. If you see, it shows you shape is shape, something like that. So we need a circular shape. Uh, one second. Okay. So under this, give it as circle shape. Circle shape. If you remember, we'll have this case over here. This is a Pascal case. I have told you in the last session about the difference between camel and the Pascal case. So this is a Pascal case. We have um, every word's first character as capital. So this is about circle shape. If it is not already available, click on Alt Enter and import. You'll get it imported. So all your imports will be here. If you see in the starting, there was nothing. So now circle shape is imported. So we are trying to make it as a circular shape, and this is about the image. Then if you see, we don't have everything in the center as well. We'll try to do that as well. uh, do we have anything to do with the text? The text is all right, and the next text is also all right. So we'll try to align it properly. Before that, there is also a good practice to know here. We are typing every string. One second, let me minimize this here. We are typing every string by default like this. Like I'm making the text to be like this. Instead of all this, you can also use the string.xml file, which is available under values. strings.xml. If you see, our app name is already stored over there. This is like a key value pair. So the key is app name and the value is tomato. So with the key, you can access the value. And this is helpful for you. This is like a good practice if you want to extend your app further. Like for now, you're just designing one screen. But if you want to make really a Zomato or a tomato, so like if you want to add more functionalities to this, then if you want to, this is mostly helpful if you want to retrieve the string again and again. So if you want this food delivery it to be again and again in your app anywhere, or if you want that to be converted into different languages. For instance, say these days we have apps in which same thing can be seen in different languages, like food delivery it can be seen in some Telugu or Hindi. For this, again you have to hard code it, go to Telugu language and write what it means here. Instead of that, you can directly access the string. Like you have to search it over here where it is available. Instead of that, if you put all the strings together in the strings.xml, you can access them using the key whenever you want. All the strings will be here available to you if you want to put them here. For which, like, let me show you how to make this string food delivery at, right? So just add a string tag over here, string tag. We have a closing and opening tag and give it some name. The name is a key, and it is advisable to give first, in which file it is present. Let me say it is present in welcome file, and give some underscore or use some capital letter to separate words. Under welcome, this is a title, this is kind of title, right? So you can give welcome underscore title. This is a key. With this key, you're trying to access food delivery at. This is a text you're trying to access, right? So now how to use it here? You're saying food delivery at. Instead of this, you can use it as a resource again. Like this is a string resource. So you can use it as a string resource with the ID. So now the ID here is r dot everything inside a resource will be r dot something. If you see here, paint a resource r dot drawable. String resource is r dot string dot, it will give you automatically some suggestions. So welcome title is our name. If you see here, this is welcome title. This is the key with which we actually have to access it. So welcome title. So if you see here, we are replacing that value. So you won't get welcome title printed here. You will get food delivery at printed here because the key is replaced by its corresponding value. You don't need to do it for every string like this. Go and type it there. There is a shortcut here as well. So if you want to do the same thing for your home is kind of subtitle, for instance. Assume it to be subtitle. Click on somewhere in this text, double click on that. You'll see, not double click, I mean right click on that. You'll see show context actions. In that context actions, click on that show context actions. Mm-mm-mm. It should show some actions. I think there is something wrong with my ID, but if you click on show context actions, you'll have an option to convert your key, like your entire value here, your home, to a key. I'll see in meanwhile if it comes. It should come actually. Hmm. Okay, there is something wrong with the ID. It's okay, fine. You can do it like this, or you can do it like this. Okay, so that is something I wanted to tell. So now, yeah, we made it circular. Let me see one second. You can rerun the app over here. Let it run. In the meanwhile, we need everything to be at the center, right? For this, you can actually go with alignments. Um, This entire column should be in center. If you see here in this image, everything is in center here. So we'll write it for the column property itself. Under this column, we'll modify it. See, this image is like ellipse. It's okay. We can modify it. I'll show you how to modify it because this is a rectangular one. This is not a square one. So I got it as an ellipse. So under this column, we'll have some properties for which you can just write it as a function and make all the properties like under this braces. We need a modifier here. This is again a modifier. If you see, modifier is modifier dot. We need this this entire column to fill maximum size over here. Whatever size is there, it should occupy the entire size horizontally, vertically. So we'll write fill max size. We have fill max width, fill max size, and fill max height. We want entirely to be fit, so we'll write fill max size. This modifier is not available. Okay, alt enter. It will automatically get 1 second. So now, if you know what padding is, it's about creating spaces around this. First, let's give spaces around each thing, like padding over here, here, here. Then we'll make it to the center, for which you can simply say dot padding, and you can give some alignment, like you can give the size of the padding. You can say it to be 5 pixels, 10 pixels, if you remember from CSS. So let me give some 20 to 25 pixels, so let's say 20, 24 pixel. And if you remember, for font size it's dot sp, for everything else it's dot dp, so we'll say dot dp. So I gave a padding. Yeah, did I close this? Yes. So firstly I gave a padding over here, then I want the alignment properly now. So let us give a horizontal alignment, like how it should be properly. Horizontal alignment should be centered. So align, we have this property called alignment dot center. If you just click A, see it's recommending me alignment dot center horizontally. With this, you can center the things horizontally. We are not centering it vertically. If you see, we are centering it in horizontal way. Then uh, if you want vertical alignment also, you can give it. For vertical alignment, it's vertical. We are arranging it, so it's vertical arrangement. It's arrangement here. If you want to center the text, we want it to be here, so we are horizontally making it to the center. Then vertically, if you see here, we also have one more aspect. If you see this image, we have all the things separated here vertically. Properly they are separated. We have space around everything. So you can use this property called space around, for which you can again say arrangement. Whatever is here, you can actually first start typing it, you'll get the hints. So arrangement dot, as I said, we need space around, so we will use space around. So for everything you'll have some space around it. So in this way we modified like this. Let's see how it actually looks as of now, so that we'll understand what else to modify. Okay, modifier. There's something wrong with modifier. Let me import the modifier. Mm.
I think the spelling of modifier is wrong. There should be an I.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. Yeah, that is a reason.
Mhm.
Okay, thank you. So this, the spelling is wrong. Sorry. So let me rerun it. If you see, all the files are running, the build is in progress. You can terminate the existing one and rerun it again. Let us see how it actually looks. It, it's pretty good than before one, if you see. So now let's compare. Okay, we need to make it circular, of course. I said we'll do it with code. And if you see, this is like a zoomed version of this. This is like, this is not so zoomed. We want it to be somewhat big. We'll give it a size. Ah, this got a space around it. This. If you see one thing here, you have a space again after this and before this, so you got a lot of space here around this and this, but we want these both to be together, for which we have a technique over here. I'll be showing you that technique, and we need to modify the button. So we have one thing to fix this size, to fix this, and a button. Okay, so with that we'll be done. So I'll be showing you first about that image. With respect to the image, you can again use a modifier for that. We didn't use modifier yet for the image, did we? Yeah. For the circular shape, we used it, but let us give some size. We saw that it has a bigger size over here, like here. It has a pretty good, like, bigger size. So we'll give it some size. You can say dot after this as well. Dot size, and give some fixed size. It is like big enough, so we can give somewhere around 300 to 400 pixels or something like that. So let me give some 360 or 350 dot. What should we give? Is it SP or DP? It's DP for everything apart from text, so we'll give it as DP. So 360.dp. And if you see, we have it cropped here. Like, this is like a zoomed version. This image is a zoomed version of here. So if we have something extra, we'll try to crop it. For which, like, if after the circle, if you have something extra, we need to crop it. For which you can use something called content scale. Let me take some give some comma and use this modifier, use this attribute, content scale. This is about scaling the image here. You're scaling it, it means you're cropping it. So you can use the content scale again. One second here. Content scale dot crop. This should be capital. Yeah, this is a class, right? So content scale dot, it automatically shows you there is something called crop, or you can fit it, or you can fill the height, fill the width. This you can play around it. We want it to be cropped so that you'll have a zoomed version of the image. So this is about the image. In the meanwhile, it will get like, yeah, we need this thing to be fixed. They both should be together. The reason why they both are getting separated is because around everything we are giving a space, but we don't want these two things to be having space. See, the image got updated now based on the size. Like, it became big. So if you can change the size and try it out, if you want a smaller image, use a smaller image size. Then for these to be together, you can use column inside a column. This is like one more column inside this column, and put those two text together, so that that column entirely will get a space and not these two things, because we have modifier fitting this entire column and not this one. So I'll show you what to do. You can just write another column here and put these two text, the first one and the second one, like control X, and paste it here, so that this thing becomes another column now. And this entirely will, yeah, let us see like how this looks now. But